What is going on, guys? I know it has been a little while. Basically, in a nutshell, what's been going on, I got approved for the disaster relief loan, so I took it. Using what I can use for right now out of it, and then I'm going to send back what I don't use. Not really going to get into details on what I got approved for or anything like that. It was a good chunk of change though. And I will tell you this much, I'm picking up my truck right now from the dealership. I came to the dealership for warranty purposes and apparently to get a new rag. Spent just over $13,000. Biggest upgrade is inside here. We got a new shifter. They gave us a new shifter handle and everything. Sounds like they did a little more work to the transmission. I'm trying to log in so we can get down the road here. I'll go over, get over the rest of the stuff that we got. All right, so first things first. Camera quality should be a little bit better. I went and got the new phone. Side note, that has nothing to do with my loan. I went and put the money down on it, and I'm paying my payments on it. I'm not making the big mistake like a lot of these people are doing with this disaster loan that's meant for helping your business. I'm not just buying everything under the sun. Buying what I need for the truck. Maybe a couple little extra things like tools and stuff like that that I can show that I use for business purposes. But as far as the truck goes, we should be rolling start of next week. GPS is moving around a lot. Somebody was fucking with it, or the heat is messing with it. Anyhow, we have, first things first, I think I mentioned it before, got a brand new shifter. The arm broke off earlier in the year. The only thing I don't like is they changed out the whole freaking thing, so the rubber boot doesn't hook on the bottom like it's supposed to. I don't know why the dumbass didn't put that back on there. Is what it is. I really don't care about that. But I got the new shifter because the threads broke off the other one, so I kept adjusting and it wasn't working. They changed out my radiator. You guys recall I had replaced my radiator last year. I let them do it this time because I want their warranty to go towards it. So if something goes bad with it, I can take it back to them and let them fix it. Plus, I know how big of a pain in the ass it was the first time. Along with the radiator, they changed out the reservoir, or the coolant reservoir. They also changed, I had a pretty big oil leak in the back passenger side of the motor. It ended up being the cam housing seal, which is, I guess, in my opinion, if you look at the way I'm looking at it, it's kind of like a valve cover gasket type deal. Same type of gasket that goes around, but I mean they had to take that. It's a cam housing seal. So they had to take the whole cam housing off the top of the motor, off of the head. Pick that up, put the seal on there. So I got that seal changed. That was a major one. I got the seal where the fuel lines go into the motor. There's little eye-shaped seals. I had all 6 of those changed. And I'll shoot a clip after this and show you guys all the new stuff. What else did we change? We changed the front brakes. We have brand new drums, brand new shoes, and brand new slack adjusters. So other than the S-cams, which they didn't say anything bad about them, and if they were bad, they would have said something. But they changed all 3 of those components on each wheel. What else did they change? They changed, I had them change both. He said the springs were broken. Apparently if you bang on it, you can hear the broken spring in it. A lot of times, even though the spring breaks, it'll still hold pressure. It just won't hold the pressure that is needed. So I've always had to set both brakes, and apparently it was because the springs were broken. They weren't holding the pressure that they were supposed to. So both brake chambers got changed out. They also changed the DPF filters. They put a awning kit inside the DPF system, and they put just as they were wrapping everything up, apparently the dozer was throwing codes or something, or showing bad output for the DEF fluid. So they ended up changing the DEF dozer. And then just as they were wrapping it up, they ended up changing out I don't know if you guys remember back when I did my windshield wiper motor, the linkage there was broken. All I had to do was put it back together with my fingers, and it stayed connected for, well, up until I dropped it off. And apparently it came back apart while it was there. I planned on changing it anyway. They already had it. I said go ahead and do it. So all in all, we ended up spending about $13,000. Say 13,500. 13.5 thousand. 13,500. However you want to word that. That's good. Truck's running good. Man, that made a huge difference. I don't know if they did a radiator flush, or you know what I mean, if they flushed out the whole system for the coolant. I don't know exactly how that worked. But like I said, they put the new radiator on there, they put a new reservoir on there, so I can actually see red fluid now. Before I had that radiator repair stuff, which I still have like 3 or 4 bottles in the back. That I ended up buying. I was going to throw it in that radiator to try to stop that one. But as long as I left it down at 2 gallons low, which is basically the reservoir being empty, all I did was kept an eye on the temperature, make sure it didn't overheat, and had a spare gallon of coolant just to be on the safe side. But the temperature was always running right around 200, and now it's, what is that, maybe 180 that it's running at right now. So it's definitely been running warmer than it is. So it's nice to see that it's running good. Which hopefully we don't have a problem with this anymore. couple other things that are coming up. I do got to get back to work and start replenishing this money. But a couple things that I need to do coming up here is I already have parts on order that I already paid for that are on their way in. I'll kind of leave them a couple pieces there in the background. The couple that I will tell you about is I have, if you guys have seen the grill as I've been walking around, I have bungee cords in the front of my grill. That's because of the bug screen behind it. The bolts that hold the bug screen in place broke. So if I take those bungees off, that bug screen goes right up against my AC condenser, which I've already had that happen once with this stupid grill. So I ended up putting the bungees on there. I've been waiting and waiting. At first I was waiting for Rainey's Truck Parts or whatever it is has the grill that I wanted. It was like 300 and change, but the shipping and handling itself was 200 and change. What I ended up doing, I was waiting because every now and again Rainey's has free shipping, a code for free shipping. So I was waiting for that code. I got that code, and of course it doesn't go for big items. So no matter what code I put in there, I still had to pay for the shipping for that. So I finally went ahead and I paid the $500, 500 and change for the new grill. The other parts that I got is the other bumper pieces. Maybe 2 years ago now, I changed the right bumper corner because I broke it off on something. I think it was an ice bank. I ended up replacing that one corner, but then that next winter I ended up breaking pieces on the other side, and I broke pieces on the center piece. So I just ordered up the left and the center reinforcement part and the outer shell part, which is the part that everybody sees. I ordered up both of those, so I got those 4 pieces coming, and I have the new grill coming. Aside of that, I have something else coming too, but kind of leave that as a surprise. By the time I'm done, this thing's gonna look pretty nice. Mechanically wise, I think everything's good to go. I just tried to get a new mirror motor because my passenger motor is broken, but I have to replace the entire motor for that. I just tried pricing out my flooring, but that's, I guess, coming in pieces, and I don't want that. So I'm probably going to buy a brand new, or put in a new rug or some type of something aftermarket, make something myself. But that's not mechanically, that's cosmetic. Mechanically, I think the only thing I have left to do is I'm going to swing into an alignment shop and get an alignment done. I can feel the tire, the front tires pulling from one another. I did try to have the dealership do the alignment. They said their alignment machine was down for a month, and or has been down for a month, and they're not sure when it's going to be back up. So I don't know. I wasn't able to get it done, basically. So give me a second, I'll show you guys the work that we got done, and let you see it firsthand. And I'll talk to you in a second. Alright, so we got the 2 new brake chambers down there. Nice and shiny. I think that's all we got done back here. I did notice they put a new valve right there, a new hose. I don't think they mentioned that to me, or I overlooked it. And go underneath the hood. One thing you're not going to be able to see here is the DPF filters were changed out. We got an awning kit put in there, and they put in a new DEF dozer. Down here we got the new slack adjusters, new brakes, shoes and drums on both sides, obviously. And then back here you can see where it's a little shiny. That's where the oil was leaking, but it came from up there, which was right about here. This gasket right here is the new one. So they had to take that this whole entire cam housing off. You can see there it's about 8 inches thick this here. That's your cam housing gasket. Alright, we got the reservoir. You can see there it's brand new radiator. And again, they got the new slack adjuster and the brakes. Like I said, they did the cam housing, which is this housing here. And then they did these eye-shaped seals. All 6 of those seals were replaced. And that's where I mainly had my oil leaks. Apparently we got 2 new fuel lines there. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so that's it. Little update for you. We're looking at leaving the house next week. Hopefully. As I pulled in the driveway, I had 2 codes that threw up. I started the truck back up after I shut it down, and now it's just showing the one. It's showing a intake manifold code. So I'm guessing it's a sensor. Maybe they didn't plug a sensor in or something. I'm gonna take a little look around and see if I can figure it out. I did send the my contact over there at the dealership the pictures of the codes before I shut it down, so that I could show them codes. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's something that's easily wiped away. As far as the truck goes, like I said, right now all we got to do is the alignment. I got to wait for those other parts to come in, and then I'm going to start ordering up some new equipment. I think I'm going to get the chains ordered up, and then next year I'm going to order up my I want to say a lift kit, the ramp kit. I'm going to order up the ramps, I think, next year. I might do it later this year. We'll see what happens. But all I got to do right now is get the alignment, get back on the road, and I'm going to order up new chains and new binders. So I got all the equipment that I need. So that's it. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week. So thanks for watching. Stay safe.